Hi, this is Kim Lett of the Disability Resource Center in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Some of you may wonder what the Disability Resource Center does. Hopefully this video will answer your questions. The Disability Resource Center, what's it all about, is a presentation of the Live Life Your Way video series produced by the DRC. Here is a picture of the sign outside our building with our DRC logo and the beautiful trees in the background. This is a picture of our logo. It is multicolored, the 5 primary colors, in the shape of a wheelchair moving forward in a progressive movement. The Disability Resource Center is a center for independent living. We are one of 17 CILs, which is the acronym for Center for Independent Living, in Virginia. The DRC helps people who live in Fredericksburg, Stafford, Spotsylvania, King George, and Caroline. We also provide some outreach to the area of Culpeper, Madison, Orange, and the lower part of Rappahannock County. We serve people of all ages, from the older folks to the youngest, and people with all types of disabilities. What is independent living? Many people think independent living is doing everything by yourself. You have to be completely independent, but that is not the case. Independent living is living life like everyone else. It is doing activities of one's own choosing, regardless of a disability, and is having the opportunity to make decisions about your own life. We believe at the DRC and all centers for independent living that people with disabilities have a right to participate in any and all aspects of community living. The pictures on this slide include one of Tenny Gratz, our fitness specialist on staff, leading an exercise class. The center picture is an afternoon independent living group that we had. They're out planting flowers. And the last picture is our kitchen, which we had newly remodeled so that we will be able to teach cooking classes. This is a picture of the inside of our brochure. It tells about our different services. All centers for independent living have 5 core services that they must provide. One of them is independent living skills training. Another is peer counseling. That's a person with a disability talking to a person with a disability. It is not a certified peer counselor. We believe this is important because a person with a disability knows what you are going through when you walk in the door, and they can talk to you and provide support so that you can attain your goals and recognize your own abilities. Advocacy. We provide advocacy at the local level, at the federal level, at the state level, but we also teach self-advocacy. That means teaching people how to speak up for themselves. Information and referral, that is providing information and references for people that need that. And transition services, that is helping people to move out of nursing homes and institutions, and also helping students to transition out of high school and move on to adult life. In addition to the main services, CILs can offer additional services in their community. So we have a deaf and hard of hearing outreach department. We have someone that is trained in the ADA that can answer any of your questions, such as accommodations at the workplace or why there's not a curb cut within a certain shopping center or a accessible parking space. We have our health and wellness program that Tenny leads that you saw in the prior slide. We have afternoon support groups and independent living groups. So we do a variety of things. We also do case management and facilitation for the Medicaid waivers. Youth services, answering questions about IEPs and what services are available to children, and our independent living counselors can work on employment supports. You should know that all our services at the DRC are free, and that 50% of our board are made up, our staff and board are made up of people with disabilities or are family members of people with disabilities. So we have a sign that says free on this slide, and also a picture that shows our board, a black and white picture that shows our board. This is when they were dressed up for a gala that we had several years ago. Here's some more pictures that show you what the DRC does. We do trainings. There's a picture of Grace Marshall, our independent living coordinator and our peer counselor teaching a class. She usually teaches one on Social Security. We have a picture of Delegate Orrock here. When we had a legislative forum, we invited legislators in to talk about different bills and legislation affecting people with disabilities. Several years ago, we had a young lady, Miss Cox, who was born without arms. She flew into the Stafford Airport. She flies planes with her feet. So we like to bring in presenters sometimes. We have a slide on a rally at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. that we have participated in. We also have a picture of our director and her son at the Canadian Embassy representing people with disabilities from the United States. Our next slide captures our deaf and hard of hearing outreach. We do a program called Giving Sound, where we ask people to donate used hearing aids, and we have an audiologist that we can send those to. He will refurbish those to make them like new for people that cannot afford regular hearing aids or whose insurance does not cover regular hearing aids. We have a picture of a young baby with a hearing aid in her ear. And we also have a picture of Diane Drew, who runs our deaf and hard of hearing department, along with a service dog and some service dog trainers. Diane has a service dog herself and is very knowledgeable about the topic. So if you need information about service dogs, give Diane a call here at the DRC. This picture is, well, we have two pictures on this slide. They are of our equipment connection. Our equipment connection is where people donate durable medical equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers, bath chairs, a variety of different things. We clean them, fix them, and give them back out for free. Here you can see the many wheelchairs we have, and somebody, we have another picture of our prior equipment connection employee working on the wheelchairs. Here's a quote on this slide. The equipment connection made it possible for my brother to obtain good and safe equipment needed to maintain a sense of independence and dignity. We get many, many comments each week about how the equipment connection has benefited the lives of people in our community. Here's another slide showing some of the things the DRC does. The first picture in the top left is our Independent Living Expo, where we brought together different organizations and companies and agencies to tell participants about what they do and about what resources are in the community. The picture under that is from a SIV shop. It's 3 children all petting a golden retriever. A SIV shop is a place where brothers and sisters of people with disabilities can come together and participate in fun activities and talk to each other, and maybe talk to the adults that are there to facilitate the SIV shop about the life that they live at home, which often is very different than the life their friends from school live at home. Living with a person with a disability sometimes brings different component to a family life, and this is a safe place for them to talk about that. The center picture I love. It is from one of our walk and rolls. It shows a man in a wheelchair wearing red, white, and blue, his hand lifted and in a sense of pride, and he has two American flags off the back of his wheelchair. Behind him are two team members, one walking a dog, and they are all dressed in red, white, and blue. The last picture I absolutely love. It is one of our Santa. We ran a Santa program for many years, and he is hugging a young man on a wheelchair. Very moving picture. This slide is just an example of flyers of some of the trainings that we do. The first flyer, of course, is the Live Life Your Way series flyer, and that's what we're doing right now, part of the Live Life Your Way. We are putting these slides on our YouTube channel. The next slide is a series of trainings that a local holistic health coach has volunteered to do, and talking about how to handle your stress, how to eat healthy, basically how to take care of yourself and improve the quality of your life. We sponsor trainings like this, not just holistic health, but all different types of trainings on a great deal of topics throughout the year. One of the things we do at the DRC is we facilitate the Medicaid waivers, and what that means is we go into people's homes that have the Medicaid waiver, and we help them write a plan of care as to how many hours a week that they're going to need of personal care, companion, or respite services. We do maintain a list here of people that want to be a personal attendant. If you would like to be a personal attendant, you are welcome to put your name on our list. We do not vet anybody or check anybody else. We just do this as a courtesy to the person that would like to be a personal attendant, and for the people with disabilities that are looking for a personal attendant. We give them the list when asked when they are looking for a personal attendant. To be an attendant, you have to be 18 years old or older, have the skills to perform the job. You have to have a Social Security number, do a criminal history check, and get a TB screening. There is a picture on here of one of our consumers who happens to be my son and his personal attendant. And these are pictures. Personal attendants, yes, they are required to help somebody in the home with taking care of themselves, personal hygiene, helping somebody do their grocery shopping, eating, and going out in the community. It is not always about cleaning and personal hygiene. A lot of the personal attendant work is actually making a connection with the person you work for and getting out in the community and maybe doing some fun things. So this is a picture of my son with another one of his personal attendants getting out and playing basketball and football. And when my son volunteered at a barn, he swept the barn. His personal attendant would help him with taking him there so my son could do his job. But it is getting people out in the community in addition to helping them within their homes. It all depends what an individual person needs. And from there, they and their attendant can schedule their days and get everything done that's on their plan. We love volunteers at the DRC, so these are some of the things that we can always use help with. If you would like to volunteer, then please download a form from our DRC website, www.cildrc.org, or you can call us at the DRC, 373-2559, that's a 540 area code. Or you can write us, email us, drc@cildrc.org. That's an overview of what we do at the DRC. I thank you for watching. Please don't go yet. I need you to scroll down and click on the short survey link below to let us know how we're doing. We love your feedback. If you have any questions, comments, please contact us by email, drc@cildrc, or give us a call, 540-373-2559. This is Kim Lett signing off, and looking forward to seeing you at the DRC.